Okay, guys, so we're moving into how to subtract integers. And subtracting is a little bit harder to show like visually. It's doable, but it's a little harder to think about. So I'm going to show you how to subtract visually, like with a picture that hopefully makes a little bit of sense. So imagine I told you I had -3 and I wanted to take away 5. Okay, well what that means is I have 3 negatives. That's what that means. -3, take away 5. So here are my 3 negatives. 1, 2, 3. My directions are to take away 5. But it says take away 5. That means 5 positives. I don't even have 5 positives. I have no positives whatsoever. And my job is to take 5 of them away. Well, I can't do it. I would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positives so I could take them away, take them off the paper, off whatever I got them on. So to do that, there is a way I can give myself 5 positives as long as I give myself 5 negatives. If I give myself 5 negatives, what have I actually given myself? Nothing. These are just zero pairs. 0, 0, 0, 0. This is actually absolutely nothing. But if I write it down, I can do what the directions say. I have -3. Here's -3. I'm going to take 5 away. That means I have to take all 5 of these away. Remove them. Imagine taking those 5 away. I'm going to cross them out, just a little extra emphasis there. What's remaining? Well, now I'm left over still with the 3 negatives. Now I have 5 more negatives. I'm left over with -8. And my answer is -8. You can see where visually this is kind of a more complicated one. Even to do the math, we had to make up all these zero pairs to make it even possible to do the takeaway. So we definitely want to get some rules going for how we do this. So we're going to get into what the rules of subtracting integers are. And it's actually kind of simple. I say kind of because I can say it's simple, and when you start practicing it, it's not always. But here is the rule we like to use. We call it the KCC. KCC is a way of changing any subtracting problem back into an addition problem. If we change it back to adding, then we can use the adding rules that we've already memorized. And what KCC stands for is keep, and I hope you're writing this down, change, change. Keep, change, change. So the keep, change, change rule, which we just called KCC, is a way to rewrite the problem. Let me show you up here if I had done this problem with the KCC rule, what that would look like. So I'm going to make a little thought cloud and I'm going to write KCC, keep, change, change. Here's how a KCC problem would work. I'm going to keep the first part, -3. I'm going to change the subtraction. I'm going to change it to the opposite. It's going to be adding. I'm going to change the 5. No longer is it going to be a 5. It's going to be a -5. KCC, keep, change, change. I kept the -3, changed it to plus, changed it to -5. Now I have -3 plus -5, and I'm back to my adding rules. The adding rules say same signs, add and keep, different signs subtract. These are the same signs. -3, -5 are the same, so we're going to add and keep. 3 plus 5 is 8. We're going to keep them negative. There's my answer, -8. Same answer we got earlier with our visual, but a total different way of doing it. We're just rewriting the problem and using the adding rules. So I'm going to put that down here. Rewrite and use adding rules. That is our strategy. It means we have less to memorize. If we can really remember our adding rules really well, then we'll just KCC any subtraction problem. We'll change it to an adding problem and use those rules. But it does take quite a bit of practice to get this down. So let's practice some other problems. We'll do an example too. Sounds easy, but it's not always. So this time, let's say we had this. Let's say we had 4, take away, -5. 4, take away, -5. Well, right away I'm like KCC. I see subtraction. It's not an adding problem. So here's what I'm thinking. We're going to keep the 4, that's the K. We're going to change the subtraction, that's the C. And we're going to change the -5, that's the other C, KCC. So keep the 4, okay, so that stays 4. Change subtraction to adding. Change the -5 to a +5. There we go. Now we have 4 plus a +5. Use our adding rules. Same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract. So 4 and 5 have the same signs. They're both positive. We are going to add and keep. 4 plus 5 is 9. Keeping it positive, our answer is +9. So 4 take away -5 is 9. And there's our answer. Let's try another one. We can try a lot of these and kind of practice. Example 3. This time we're going to do -2 take away -8. That was a crazy looking problem. We got subtraction signs all over the place and negatives and whatnot. So -2 take away -8. Well, subtracting, taking away something tells me it's KCC problem. So I'm going to keep, there's my K. I'm going to change, there's my C, and I'm going to change, KCC. Keep, change, change. Keep the -2, change the subtraction to adding, and change the -8 to a +8. Done. It's all changed. Now I go to my adding rules. Since it's an addition problem, I say same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract. Same signs, these are not the same signs. -2 and a +8, those are different signs. So I need to do different signs, subtract. So 8, take away 2, is 6. My answer, since 8 is the biggest number between 8 and 2, and it's positive, my answer is a +6. And I've got it. Okay, let's try one more here. Example 4. Let's say in this last example for our video, we have the number -5, and we're going to take away 9. -5 take away 9. It's another subtraction problem. I just said the words take away, so I know I'm going to KCC it. It means I'm going to keep, I'm going to change, and then where's the last change going to go? The KCC. Well, it's going to go here with the 9. KCC. So I keep the -5. I'm going to change subtraction to adding, and then I'm going to change the 9 to a -9. Now I've got my adding problem. Same signs, add and keep. These are the same signs, -5 and -9. I'm going to add and keep. So 9 plus 5 is 14, and my answer is -14. And I'm done. Okay, so subtracting is a little different than adding. You have to use your KCC rule and change it to an adding question. If you're not feeling very good about adding integers yet, you probably want to go back and really work on that first before you're working on subtracting. It's more helpful to get your adding down really, really well first. Okay, thanks guys. Look for more videos.